Cameras happy?
Yep.
Thank you.
How's the accent coming on?
I actually saw a mate 2 days ago, and he reckons I've got a bit of a twang. What do you guys reckon?
Not hearing it, Josh.
Maybe I'm back in the motherland, so maybe I'm putting my northern accent back on. No, it's coming on, mate. Look, my kids certainly, they've got an accent. My eldest daughter especially. So when we left for 6 months, 6.5 years ago, certainly at the time didn't think I'd have kids that speak with a proper Australian twang now, but that's where we are.
Yeah. Where are you living?
In Melbourne still. And love it there. Great place.
Yeah. Beats Leicester.
Oh, look, I think that's unfair. Do you know what I mean? Look, it's a great lifestyle, and don't get me wrong. Outdoor lifestyle, real good community, good people. But I had a great time living at Leicester. I grew up in Stockton-on-Tees. I had a great time growing up in Stockton-on-Tees. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's helped us settle in. As we've got a real good community, lots of good school friends, lots of good people through rugby. So it's been a very, well, it was a long time ago, but it was very easy to settle over there.
Surfing, barbecue. What skills have you learned that you didn't learn?
No, I'm not surfing. I'm no good on water. No good on water. I've tried, but no good. Mate, look, it's a bit of a different way of life. I've certainly noticed. It hit me a bit coming back here. I went to go for breakfast with a mate on Sunday, and they weren't serving food till 8:30. And over there, you're probably getting food from 6 a.m. All the cafes are open. There's people about at 6:37. Do you know what I mean? So, on the morning, I'm walking outside and it's dark still. I'm like, where is everyone? You know, it's just I guess, a bit more sunshine a bit earlier. People seem to be out in the morning a bit earlier.
How many times have you been back to the stadium since you played?
Oh.
At all?
Yeah, I came back and I went to watch the Leicester Surrey's final. So what year was that? 22. So I was over then. I went back, actually went with Crofty, so I was at Tom Croft to watch the game then. But that would be it.
Is it going to be fun to come back? And it's got a different name now.
Yeah, it's got a different name, I know. But look, mate, it's great being back. But I also know it's great seeing people. It's great seeing friends, family. But I'm here to actually do a job. Do you know what I mean? And I'm here to help a team perform for the next 4 games that start on Saturday. So yeah, it could be fine. I could be fine now and say, oh, it's great to catch up with this. It's great to see all the places again. But if we don't perform at the weekend, I certainly won't feel like that.
Does it? We don't watch as much Aussie rugby as we should, maybe, but is it an all-consuming job? It seems like it's such a big project that you are trying to revamp the whole country's sort of sporting prowess almost. Like, it's not just about winning on the weekend, it's this whole bigger thing. Does it feel like that from where you sit?
I think coaching in general tends to be quite an all-consuming job. If you're invested in it, which most coaches are, it's all-consuming. In terms of the project, we know that it's a project, and Joe's come in and brought the team in, and we're grafting and working really hard to keep building. And I do think if we get the top line, our team going well, other things might follow. We're under no illusions that next year's Lions Tour or Home World Cup, these are big projects for a country, aren't they? Big projects. So we've got to do our best to make sure we put our best foot forward and we're competitive and we can win some games there. Does that make it feel bigger than another job, say you were in England or coaching somewhere else? I'm not sure, because I think when you're invested in something, it feels like the biggest thing in the world, doesn't it anyway? But we certainly know that at the moment there's a project. The goodwill behind the team over the last few months has been good. The crowds in the stadium over in Oz have been really good, and we need to keep pushing it and using that goodwill and keep expanding it as well.
Do you get the sense that the world wants the Wallabies back on the top kind of thing? You asked Salak Carlotto about that, and he sort of said, I think everyone would prefer us to lose, particularly this weekend, but maybe there's a wider thing, a bit like France a few years ago. The world needs a strong Wallabies, the world needs a strong France. Do you get that sense from your side of it?
Certainly, everywhere we go, I think there's goodwill from people. Is it because we're Australia? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I think in general, if you're a team and people can watch you and see that you're working hard at things and you're grafting and you behave in a good manner and in a certain way, I think people would probably do that anyway. So I can't give a definitive answer for that, but it does feel that people are pushing us, and there's lots of guys and girls wishing as well.
Geoff, you mentioned the Lions tour. Obviously, you've got a week-to-week focus when you're here, but it's effectively around the corner, isn't it? It's only a handful of tests away. How important will this tour be before you sort of pack it up and then start again for the Lions early next year?
Yeah, look, important. Let's be honest, we're still finding out about some players. But we've given 16 debutants before this game. You know, it's going to be. It's important for us to still find about these guys that are just on they're starting to get exposed to their test careers. You know, we think we've got the systems in place. We hope we've got a good group of support staff and coaches in place, and it's important for these guys to experience what the atmosphere at Twickenham is going to be like, and the atmosphere in Cardiff and these big stadiums, and travel to places never been to, because that's, if they do well and they perform well there, it's only going to be good for us next July and August.
And even just style-wise, what is obviously going to be coming the other way in that series?
Yeah, possibly style-wise as well. I guess it probably depends a bit on the weather, certainly over these next 4 weeks. It's meant to be good for Saturday. But yeah, maybe style-wise, it is slightly different to how we play the Kiwis, which the majority of our games in Super Rugby are against the Kiwis. But I suppose style-wise, you maybe get something a bit more similar when we play South Africa. Look, it's going to be a great tour, mate. We're really excited. Is it important for next year? Of course it is. It's important we put everything together, we throw everything at it, and we probably find out a bit more about which players are really going to are prepared and ready to really stand up under some pressure situations.
Do you want to effectively have a team now play through the November tests? You talk about kind of finding out more about. Do you want a team now that you can take through the next 4 tests?
We generally select the team week to week.
Yeah.
We really do. We select the team week to week. We have an honest conversation as coaches. All put our bits in. So I don't know if that's the case. You certainly like develop combinations sometimes, but sometimes niggles don't allow that. But we go week to week, mate.
Geoff, what's your memories of Steve Borthwick? Crossed paths a few times on the pitch.
Yeah, quite. Look, very analytical, hard worker. Would do anything for the team. So when you played against him, and that's pretty much what I know about him as a coach as well. So I know England will be well prepared. I know they will have a strongly drilled set piece and forward pack. I know they'll do all the effort area as well, so it's going to be a great test for us.
Were any battles you've had with him on the pitch that stand out?
Oh, well, just we used to, obviously, Sarries were at the top for a long time, so when we were at Leicester, that was always a bit of a humdinger, those two teams. So not one game in particular, but you know, if you played, even when I was a youngster coming through and he was partnered with Grewcock at Bath, you always knew that was going to be a tough day.